Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're looking at a new AI that isn't just satisfied with making a few cool-looking clips. Nope, this one has a much bigger ambition. It wants to be the director. So this is really the million-dollar question, isn't it? We've all seen AI generate these stunningly realistic shots, but that's just a tiny piece of the puzzle. The real frontier, the next big leap, is moving beyond that and towards something way more ambitious: actual cinematic storytelling.
And this is where the race is getting really interesting. It's not about just making a single, believable clip of a car driving down a street anymore. The goalposts have moved. Now it's all about creating a whole sequence, a narrative. And at the front of the pack, you've got two major players battling it out, and they have completely different game plans. Okay, so on one side, you've got Google's brand new Veo 3.1. It's all about the big picture, what we're going to call the macro narrative. Think long-form stories, keeping everything consistent. Then on the other side, you've got OpenAI's Sora 2, which has basically set the standard for what we'll call micro-realism. Creating those mind-blowingly lifelike, but really short clips.
So Google is making a really bold promise with Veo. They're talking about generating up to 60 seconds of continuous high-def video from just one prompt. Now you might think, 60 seconds, what's the big deal? Well, in a world where most AI videos are maybe 5 or 10 seconds long, that is a huge leap forward. It could unlock way more complex and detailed scenes.
But here's the twist. If you actually dig into the technical papers, a single generation, one chunk of video the model spits out is really only 8 seconds long. So wait a minute. How on earth do you get from 8 seconds all the way up to a full minute?
Well, the way Veo bridges that gap is actually pretty clever. It uses this feature called scene extension. The AI makes an 8-second clip to start. Then you can basically tell it, hey, keep going, and it adds another segment, and then another. It's like it's chaining them all together, stitching these little clips into one long, coherent story.
And this isn't just some nifty workaround, It's a core part of Veo's entire philosophy. It's the foundation of what Google is calling the Director's Toolkit. And this whole suite of features is built to solve one of the biggest, most frustrating problems in AI video: consistency. Okay, let's pop the hood on this toolkit. First up is a really cool feature called Ingredients to Video. This gives you, the creator, a massive amount of control by letting you feed it reference images to lock in the key visual elements.
So here's why that's so crucial. You can give Veo a picture of your main character, and boom, that character will actually look the same from scene to scene. No more of that weirdness where their hair color or shirt suddenly changes for no reason. You can lock in a prop, a specific car, or even an entire artistic style. It's all about making sure your whole project feels unified. Now let's look at another tool in the kit. This one's called Frames to Video, and it's all about giving you, the creator, super precise control over the action inside a scene. Think of it like a fill-in-the-blank for video. You give the AI the first frame of your shot and the last frame of your shot. You're basically saying, okay, start here and here. Now you figure out how to get from A to B. This is perfect for creating smooth, intentional action and connecting two different ideas without needing to be a professional animator. So, with all these new tools in its back pocket, how does Veo 3.1 times really stack up against its biggest rival, Sora 2? All right, let's put them head to head and see what's what. And this chart really lays out their different approaches perfectly. You can see Veo takes the win on duration and, really importantly, that cross-scene consistency. It's also got built-in cinematic controls for things like pans and zooms, where with Sora, you often have to type that all out in the prompt. Now, Sora does have a potential edge with its crazy 2K resolution, but you can see what Veo is doing. It's prioritizing the practical, nitty-gritty tools that a storyteller actually needs to build a narrative. Okay, let's zoom out from the tech specs for a second. The really crucial thing here is what this all means for actual creators and businesses, in the real world. This is a huge shift away from needing to know complex code to just empowering the creative person. And the commercial uses here are a potential game changer. I mean, just imagine. Marketing teams could create entire ad campaigns that are perfectly on brand in just a few hours, not weeks. Or game developers could whip up cinematic trailers right from a story concept. And get this, a faster, lighter version of Veo is already being integrated into YouTube Shorts. That means these incredibly powerful tools are about to be in the hands of millions of creators. Of course, with this kind of power comes, well, a ton of responsibility. The potential for this stuff to be misused is very real. And that's why Google is making a big deal about building safety and trust into the system right from the get-go. And a huge piece of that safety puzzle is something called Synth ID. Think of it as an invisible, permanent digital watermark. It's baked right into the pixels of every single video Veo makes. It's basically a permanent label that says, hey, this was made by an AI, which is a big step in trying to fight misinformation.
Which kind of brings us to the big final question, doesn't it? As AI becomes the director, handling all the complicated technical stuff like lighting, camera moves, and keeping characters consistent, what does that mean for the human creator? The job starts to shift, right? It becomes less about the hands-on, how-to of production, and more about the high-level vision, the story, the ideas. The role of the creator becomes being the true director. It's a brand new future for storytelling, and honestly, we're just seeing the opening credits.